I think a carnivore diet is the most frictionless route to recovery. And the carnivore diet is a very good diet for at least 3 reasons. The first reason is it's low in allergen. I mean, you can be allergic to meat, but it's unusual. And allergies are common. Allergy UK reckon about 40% of the population have allergies, and that drives inflammation. And inflammation, as I call it, kicks a hole in the energy bucket. The second reason is it treats the upper fermenting gut. Now, the upper fermenting gut is a major and common problem. So the gut is a tube which starts in the mouth and ends at the anus. It's about 30 foot long. The first 25 foot of the gut should be near sterile. It's never completely sterile, but a very low microbial load. Just the last 5 foot of gut. It's maintained sterile because we have an acid stomach, and that is perfect for the digestion of meat and fat. They're rapidly broken down in the gut, and that nourishes us very efficiently. Now, problems arise when we overwhelm the ability of the gut to remain sterile by eating large amounts of fermentable foods, sugars, carbohydrates, ultra-processed foods. And those foods make us hungry, so we tend to eat all the time. We're never fasting. So people are eating all the time, a high carbohydrate diet. Eventually, they overwhelm the ability of the stomach to remain sterile, and those foods start to ferment. They get fermented by bacteria. They get fermented by yeast, and that causes a whole host of problems. The first thing is that those foods, instead of being digested and absorbed, they are fermented to toxic substances. Toxic substances like ethyl alcohol, protyl alcohol, butyl alcohol, ammoniacal compounds, hydrogen sulfide, delactate, all these things which poison us. We do have a liver that helps to detoxify those things, but that is hugely demanding of energy and, of course, raw materials. The liver can consume up to 27% of all the energy generated in the body, and much of that goes into detoxification. So that's a real problem. The other issue is that the microbes themselves produce toxins, bacterial endotoxin, fungal mycotoxin, which can poison us. And then those microbes that are fermenting in the gut, they live on the lining of the gut wall. That means the gut will become slightly inflamed. If you've got a slightly inflamed gut wall, you've got a leaky gut. And there's potential for those microbes to get into the systemic bloodstream and get stuck at distal sites where they drive inflammation. And I think a huge amount of Western pathology is allergy to microbes from the upper fermenting gut. So it's a priority to get that sorted out. And this is where the carnivore diet is so good, because fat cannot be fermented by bacteria and yeast. The carnivore diet helps to abolish the upper fermenting gut. And the third issue here is it's a low toxin diet. You see, if you look at life from the point of view of a plant, it doesn't want to be eaten. Plants can't, run away from predators. They don't want to be attacked by bacteria, viruses, and yeast. And so plants are full of toxins, glycosides, oxalates, phytates, tannins, phytoestrogens, and these are all toxic to us. But eating those safely is predicated on having good liver function. And having good liver function is predicated on having good energy delivery mechanisms. So again, a carnivore diet reduces the toxic load on the liver, and so the liver has to do less work. If the liver has to do less work, then we've got more energy to spend on other things.
Right.
So a carnivore diet for many is, the quickest and most frictionless route to recovery.